Think you know the United States? Think again. From flying mailmen to lakes with their own navy, here are 51 of the most unexpected, unbelievable, and downright bizarre facts about the USA you never learned in school. Let's dive in. There's a town in Alaska where everyone lives in one building. You can get a college degree in bowling management at Vincennes University in Indiana. The US has no official language at the federal level. There's an actual town in Arizona named Nothing. Lake Michigan has its own navy, with ships and everything. The Empire State Building has its own zip code, TOW 118. You're never more than 115 miles from a McDonald's anywhere in the continental US. The Library of Congress has an entire archive of every single tweet ever posted. One town in Pennsylvania has a mine fire that's been burning since 1962. In Kentucky, it's illegal to carry ice cream in your back pocket on Sundays. In California, it's illegal to whistle for a lost canary before 7 a.m. There's a town in Michigan where you can walk into Canada without a passport via a sandbar. Texas used to be its own country and still reserves the right to fly its flag at the same height as the U.S. flag. There's a place in Montana with no laws. It's called the Zone of Death, thanks to a legal loophole. New Jersey has more diners than any other place on earth. There's a town in Maine that has a 40-year ban on dancing on Sundays. In Oregon, you legally couldn't pump your own gas until 2023. Arizona doesn't observe daylight saving time, except on native reservations. Florida has more golf courses than any other U.S. state, over 1,250 of them. Minnesota has over 10,000 lakes, more than any other state. The U.S. once planned to nuke the moon as a show of power during the Cold War. Abraham Lincoln is in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. He only lost one match out of 300. The Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper. The U.S. bought Alaska from Russia for just 2 cents an acre. George Washington didn't have wooden teeth. They were actually made from hippo ivory and gold. The first American flag was designed by a high school student, and he got a B- for it. The Statue of Liberty was originally supposed to be a lighthouse. In 1893, an American professor proposed renaming the country the United States of Earth. The original national bird was almost the turkey, not the bald eagle. The U.S. once had a vice president who killed a man in a duel while in office, Aaron Burr. More Native American languages are spoken in the U.S. than anywhere else in the world. Americans eat about 3 billion pizzas a year. The U.S. prints more monopoly money each year than real money. More people live in New York City than in 40 entire U.S. states. There are more guns than people in the United States. Hollywood was originally founded as a religious community. Americans consume more peanut butter than any other nation, over 700 million pounds per year. The average American eats around 18 acres of pizza in a single day. Combined, of course. The U.S. has more UFO sightings than any other country by far. American astronauts have been sworn in using the U.S. Constitution on the moon. The GPS system is owned and operated by the U.S. military. More people live in California than in all of Canada. The Pentagon has twice as many bathrooms as it needs, due to segregation laws when it was built. The U.S. highway system could wrap around the planet more than once. Americans throw away enough food every day to feed the entire population of Spain. Alaska has more coastline than the rest of the U.S. combined. The largest air force in the world is the U.S. Air Force. The second largest, the U.S. Navy. You can send mail to Santa Claus via an official USPS address in Alaska. In Ohio, it's technically illegal to fish for whales, even though there are no oceans nearby. The U.S. once had a law banning ugly people from appearing in public in 19th century Chicago. The Liberty Bell has been cracked since the 1800s, but no one can agree how it happened. So, how many of those facts did you already know? Let me know your favorite in the comments. And if this video blew your mind, smash that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who still thinks the US is all baseball and apple pie. Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and stay proud of just how strange this country really is.